Jacob, we're here at the Rescue for Republic, rescuing Republicans, rescuing the Republic. Who are we rescuing?
We're rescuing the Republic, seems to be the focus of this rally.
So what the heck, man? Why do we have to rescue this thing?
Well, that's a good question. I would say that although every election seems to be portrayed as one that has stakes that seem to be very high, this election seems to be, the rhetoric has reached an all-time high where one half of the country thinks that if one person wins, we will live in a dictatorship, and the other half believes that if the other side wins, that we'll live under a communist, globalist regime. So, but there's a lot of people who think that we need to, I guess, do something about it, and hence this rally where they want to go back to what the founding fathers believed in and make us a republic again rather than what we've grown into, which is more of a bureaucratic oligarchy.
And you being the prognosticator of prognosticators, what's going to happen in the next 4 years?
Oh, well, I checked my crystal ball this morning, and I would say that what's going to happen in the next 4 years is some of the same. There's still going to be a lot of politicking and backroom deals and lobbyists getting their way. But I also think that although a lot of people are focused on the presidential election, that there's also in the background a lot of grassroots movements, different caucuses, different political organizations that are working to affect change at your state and local level as well. And so although people might not see this happening, I do think over the next 4 years, a lot of the efforts that we see here, a lot of the energy and sentiment will be funneled into these local and state efforts to actually start making us more like a republic again.
So it was a massive political shakeup for RFK Junior to basically join the Trump campaign. And so now you have this whole movement of maybe blue dog Democrats joining in the Republican crowd. That's not something that you've seen really at all in history. So maybe this is an election year that is more important than others.
Well, I mean, some of the speakers here today are people that I sort of have a resonance with because I used to be a left-wing anti-war Democrat, like someone like Tulsi Gabbard or someone like a Kennedy, someone like a Brett Weinstein. And so, you know, have they become more right-wing, or has the left just moved so far that, like the Elon Musk meme, it's just we haven't moved and they have?
Yeah.
And, you know, I do believe in coalitioning, and I think that's kind of what this event represents, that, you know, not everyone here is a, you know, die-hard, bleeding yellow and black ANCAP libertarian such as me and you.
Sure.
But there's a lot of people here that we do believe in the basic tenets of free speech, of limited government, that even if we don't have the same core ideologies, we want a coalition together to at least stop this latest coalescence of growing totalitarianism so that we can live more prosperous and free lives.
So would you say this side of the aisle is actually more open-minded, more a bigger tent than what you would see on the left?
Oh, without a doubt. And not only that, but what's funny is that and it wasn't always this way, because I remember a left where there was a diversity of opinion, but that is now clearly, along with the issue of free speech, unfortunately, more of a right-wing.
Well, when did that die?
It died sometime around 2016.
Okay.
And with the election of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump, for better or worse, brought out some kind of lurking archetype within the left that they've abandoned a lot of their principles. But the right has picked up the principles of free speech and true diversity, which doesn't come just by mere physical characteristics, but diversity of opinion, of belief, of ideology, of religion. On the right, you can have someone who is a diehard Republican, you can have someone who's a diehard agorist, anarchist, libertarian, but they can find a lot more to agree on than you can find, and more diversity and enjoyment of that diversity than you see on the left.
Well, Jacob, as we stand here in the shadow of the George Washington Monument, we can be happy to know that, yes, even though we may not be actively, just by passively attending, we are rescuing the Republic. True?
Yeah, I think that people showing up, making their voices heard, making a show of numbers and whatnot, does it move mountains? No, but every drop in the bucket of the people's collective efforts to show that they still value the principles that this country was founded on, I do think it all adds up.
I'm at least worth 2 drops in a bucket.
1.5.
1.5. Okay. All right, Doug. Show us the George Washington Monument as we go out. Can you do it? Can you spin quickly? There you go. Beautiful. Look how gorgeous that is.